Just a couple of weeks ago, it was announced that Luka Modric would invest into Swansea City, become a co-owner of this club. And that's why I came to the idea that it would be a great idea to rebuild this Swansea City side. The Welsh side sitting in the Championship right now, in real life. They've got a few good players, but certainly we can make them not only compete in the top flight in England, but in the top flight of Europe. However, in today's rebuild, there is one big rule that we have to apply to. We can only bring in Welsh players during this rebuild. So if we want to make Swansea City the best team in Europe, we have to rely on probably the youth academy, as well as some of the best Welsh players in the game, like Daniel James, like Brennan Johnson maybe down the line. For now though, we cannot afford those guys, as after spending a few coins on new contracts, as well as setting up a youth academy and a few coaches, we are down to 6 million in our budget. I have hired a 5-star, 4-star scout and send him to Wales to find us new top talents from this country, just to progress us in this challenge. We'll of course still be reliant on the players in this squad, and what's really come to my attention is that we've got a lot of young players, mostly under the age of 26, most of them 24. Only the goalkeeper in the starting 11 is 30 years old. All the others, at max 25 years of age. That's a good thing. And by the way, terminating the loan of Lewis O'Brien, he's anyway not going to be able to be signed, as we can only bring in Welsh players. We are now up to around 11 million. That's because we've sold Jay Fulton for 1.1 million, as well as Kyle Norton for 420k. Both of those weren't really necessary, 30 and 35-year-olds. The only player we are bringing in season 1 is a new centre-back, giving us a bit of experience in that young side. He didn't play a lot at Tottenham Hotspur, so we brought him to Swansea. This Ben Davies joining us for 3.8 million. Davies slips into that centre-back spot. Allen now in the CDM spot, as we've given one player back to the parent club. One that was on loan to us, not anymore with us, because anyway we cannot sign them. And that is why Allen, the old man, is now in there. I'm trying to get a new CDM from the youth system. There aren't many great Welsh players, of course, in FC25 in that position. Cullen is one of the best Welsh players in the game. 25 years old, 70 rated. Certainly a bit of potential still left in him. We have cleared out the club, but now we mainly got centre-backs on the bench. 4 centre-backs, 1 left-back and a striker. That's all we've got, no reserves anymore. But we've well and truly cleared out this club. Just look at the amount of players we have loaned out or sold. A lot of players were also out on loan, so they will return next season somewhere, but that is for now what we've done. Ginelli and Cooper, even though he's Welsh, he has been sold for 2.2 million. We've of course got Cullen in that position. We've already found a goalkeeper that can get promoted to the senior team and maybe play some of the games as well, in Rodrigue Wild. We've made up a whole assortment of players in the youth academy. Goalkeeper, CDMs, one player who is a CM turning into a cam, only 14 years old, just like this guy. We have Alan Pugh, who is 16, 59 rated, also turning to a left winger, and then a striker in Tom Griffith. There will be other players joining those guys, but Nathan Payne gets promoted to the senior team right away. A couple of players that could be our strikers right here, right now, in Bryn Jenkins and Mark Rees, both getting promoted to the senior team. Certainly this Gavin Price guy, left back from the youth again, 17 years old, 64 overall, will get promoted right away and go to the starting team. Alan Riscoli is a good man for the future as well. And even Kai Garish is a good man for the bench, probably even down the line, maybe some day for the starting 11. By at the end of the season, we've even sold both Ben Cabango to the Saudi League and Jan Vibotnik to Leeds United for free. At the end of season 1, we finished in a mid-table spot in the Championship. 20 losses, 14 wins, 12 draws on 54 points. Only about 10 points ahead of the relegation zone. FA Cup, we actually made it into round 5 before getting knocked out thumped by West Ham. But in the Carabao, we were already knocked out in round 1, swiftly moving on. Our main men this season have been Cullen from Cam and Vibotnik from striker. Even Jenkins has played 16 and scored 4. One more gem our youth scout has found is Adam Palmer, a right back, 17 years old, 84 to 94 potential. Let's promote him straight away to the senior team. That's also mainly why we sold Josh Key to Everton to give Palmer the keys to the castle on that right back spot. This is the team right now after season 1. I think we've done a good job introducing some of the youth players. Bailey I've just introduced now. Puff has been there for a longer time. Palmer, the new right back. Price, the new left back. And Gvift, the goalkeeper, the highest rated of those young players. With Jenkins up top, nearly forgot him. Cullen still the highest rated player. Ronald at right midfield. We've got Darling and Davies at centre back, who will need to get replaced in the future. Cullen could hold for a couple more years though. Now going to promote Lloyd Bainan to the senior team. He looks good, 73 to 94 potential, already 17. The big clear out happened in season 2. Josh Timon, Eum Ji-sung, Liam Cullen, and that's going to be a controversial one, as well as Florian Bianchini leave the club. But why Liam Cullen, you may ask? Why Eum Si-young? I'm going to tell you and show you. So Bainan is an exciting prospect. I'm going to give him the keys to the castle on that cam spot. And of course, the other one, Price, is at left back, so we've sold the left back. Payne and Bailey at CDM, and Puff is the left midfielder. I'm gonna give him a chance as well. That's why I've sold my left midfielder. Meaning that we now have 42 million in the championship. I'm gonna bring in probably a right midfielder because that's what we need right now. We've only had to pay 1 million plus give away our current right midfielder to bring in a Welsh right midfielder. He used to play in the Premier League for Fulham. Now he comes in from Stade Brestois for 1 million plus Ronald. Wilson might really help us in terms of overall in this squad. Otherwise, yeah, a lot of young players, 17, 16 years old. We've got a 32-year-old captain in Davies who we brought in last season. Even a 17-year-old goalkeeper, 17-year-old right back and left back. Centre-back partnership is quite experienced. That's the only thing, along with Wilson, being experienced in this team. Can we keep up in the championship, or will we get relegated to the second division, to the third division, the League One? That is the big question. That up selling yet another big player in Gonzalo Franco to Bournemouth. He's only 24, 77 rated, but Bournemouth came calling. We had to sell him. We want to build the youth academy, the Welsh players. And we finished in 18th this season, only 9 points ahead of Portsmouth in the first relegation spot, but still in safety on 50 points. Get to round 5 before getting knocked out by Everton. And Carabao Cup, once again, we get knocked out in round 1. The important thing, though, is this here. Wilson with 18 goals, 11 for Jenkins, who has gone up by 5 overall. Bainan has gone up by 4. Poof by 4 as well. Plus 3 for Vidal, who has played 35 games. And Davies has gone down by 1. Bailey also played 53 games, which is good. We can now add defender Alan Flynn, 78 to 84 potential, not the greatest of potentials, but still a centre back, none of the less, as well as Phoenix, 81 to 87 potential, a right midfielder. We've even sold both Melka Vidal and Harry Darling at the end of the season for around 12 million, just so we can play the youngsters. This season will probably be the most critical one of them all. Without a few players like centre back Darling, it's going to be tough, but we are here for the challenge. Really want to see what the youth is made of. That's why I've also sold both centre-backs, Pedersen and Davies, which leaves us very thin in terms of centre-back options. Our squad in general is looking quite good. I'm going to put Wilson in here. He's the only real player in that starting 11. All the other ones are Welsh, and from the youth academy. There are not really great Welsh players. And I think we are going to build something special here at Swansea. Just to fill up the squad, I've signed Tom Jenkins on a free transfer, CDM. And a shock transfer at the end of the window of season number 3. We have sold Harry Wilson to Fenerbahce for 16 million. Leaving us with a chunk of cash on deadline day, but also the question, what can we do? The answer is plain and simple, trusting in Phoenix on the right midfield spot. He's got the name, he's got the technical ability. Let's see what he can cook up. Puve on the left, Ballon in cam. We have Jenkins up top, a phenomenally balanced team that will grow together, I'm sure of it. At the end of the season, we finish in 13th place, 15 wins, 14 draws, 17 losses on 59 points. We did reach round 4 of the FA Cup before getting knocked out by Man City. And in the Carabao Cup, once again, we haven't made it out of round 1 for once. Even here in Season 3, we got knocked out by Walsall. Jenkins has done really well for himself. 20 goals, 13 for Lloyd Ballon. We have 8 goals for Puve, but yeah, the goals are missing apart from Jenkins and Ballon. The squad is looking quite good. I'm putting Price here because he has got more potential than Phoenix. That's why I'm also loaning him out. Just like Breeze, who has just come into the squad. He's going to play ahead of Hughes, who will also get loaned out for next season, just to guarantee Breeze and Price game time. Still, I'd say we've done quite a good job replacing the team within 3 seasons with youth academy players only and still comfortably staying in the championship. Well, even this season, I'm not changing anything to the side. Price, as I said, comes in at right midfield. Breeze at centre-back. Both 61 rated, but with loads of potential. And once again, we have to confirm our spot in the championship. Maybe look towards the playoffs, but that might be a season's work. At the end of Season 4, we have made it into the playoff places in 5th position. Only 1 point behind 2nd place Preston. We were a bit unlucky not to go directly up. Southampton are the runaway champions of the championship, but we are in a good spot, only 7 defeats. We've done a good job in the promotion playoff semi-final as well, defeating Luton Town to face Burnley in the final, and we lose to Burnley. We need to wait another season to get promoted, but that's very, very promising what happened here. Our squad looking very good, a few players already out on international duty, but look at the overalls. Ballon 78, Jenkins 80 overall, our second 80 overall rated player after Gwilt the keeper. Rees and Flynn in centre-back, not too bad. Palmer at right-back, 75 rated. Price, 77 rated. Solid CDM, bad partnership. We've got an okay-ish bench for the championship, but that, of course, we still got a few players out on loan. Looking at the squad, 25 goals for Jenkins is really the big deal. 15 for Ballon and 13 for Puve. Those 3 really delivered this season. The FA Cup this season goes to Man United over Spurs. We've been knocked out quite early by Fulham in round 3. And the Carabao Cup to Man City over Palace. Whilst even here we've been dumped out once more in round 1. I think we haven't made it one time, not even once, past the first round in the Carabao Cup. That's a bit embarrassing. Nonetheless, we still had a great season, 5th in the championship. In the promotion playoff finals, we failed in the final, but still, we have good foundations, good growth in terms of the overalls. I'm really hopeful we can push again in Season 5. As per usual, just to guarantee game time, we've loaned out Hughes, Driscoll backup goalkeeper, and Rodri Price. Because a player returned from loan. I'm going to show you in a second. Phoenix up to a 76 after his loan spell. And he completes our midfield here. Just look at the overalls now. This team should get promoted. Apart from Breeze, everyone at least in their 70s. Gwilt and Jenkins in their 80s already. Just look at those potential tags. Exciting prospect, great potential to be special. So many potential tags here. So many players with the potential to be special or exciting prospects. I'm really excited for. Ladies and gentlemen, we have done it. 2nd place in the championship. Promotion to the biggest league in the world, the Premier League. Only 6 losses all season long. 94 points, 8 points behind Leicester. Everton win the FA Cup over Brentford, a bit of a wacky final. We once again have been dumped out quite early by Derby County in round 4. And the Carabao goes to Arsenal over Brighton. Where we've made it to round 2 this time, but got knocked out by Cardiff. I don't know how we are doing so badly in those cups. However, one thing that isn't bad is Jenkins. 33 goals, 29 and 15 for Alan Puve, up to a 79. 83 rated Lloyd Ballon with 17 goals, and even 16 for Alan Phoenix. The squad, especially the starting 11, looking very, very sharp. Payne 78, Bailey 77. We have Breeze even up to a 72. Wildin goal up to an 86 overall. Palmer 80 rated, Price 81 rated. A lot of 80 plus rated players, and a lot of them, the others, most of them are close to that 80 threshold. Anyways, even though we've once again kind of failed in the cups, we've had a wonderful season in the championship, so I can excuse those cup competitions. Do need in the Premier League this season is a bit more squad depth, especially the bench isn't looking that great. We haven't got one centre back there. That needs to be addressed. Especially since we've once again loaned out 3 players. Tom Griffith, the striker, Rodri Price, the right midfielder, has gone up to a 74 but gets another loan move in Spain. And Alan Driscoll up to an 81 overall, but he can't get past our starting goalkeeper, our number 1. Actually, instead of going in for a new player to spend money, we can also send out the scout Garcia to find us some new centre backs from Wales. The scout has immediately delivered results. Jenkins, Pumphrey and Griffiths, 3 centre backs that can get promoted to the senior team. Right in the Premier League, back here, 13 wins, 12 draws, 13 losses in 12th position. Mid-table in the Premier League on 51 points. Everton, Burnley and Ipswich go down, whilst on the other hand, Aston Villa, the champions, ahead of Arsenal, Man City and Chelsea. Cup goes to Palace over Fulham, Palace with their first trophy, whilst we lose to Arsenal in round 5. And the Carabao goes to Man City over Wolves. Business as usual, round 2 exit against Bristol Rovers. In the Premier League, our top scorer is Alan Phoenix from right midfield. He rises like a phoenix, that is for sure. 17 goals for Jenkins, Brian Jenkins. 12 and 10 for Alan Pugh. Not too bad those stats for the Premier League. First season in the Premier League, again we have done a solid job. Let's see if we can improve next season, what will be season 7 I believe. Yet again, even this season, absolutely no changes to the starting 11. Breeze and Flynn still the starting centre-backs. Payne and Bailey at CDM. Most of the others all in their 80s. Price 85, Palmer 84, Gvild 88 rated, just like Jenkins. This team is special. We are in the Champions League next season. At the end of season 7, we are in 3rd place on 69 points. Nice. We've lost 11 games, we've drawn 6 and won 21 games. 64 scored, 44 conceded. Not too bad. The champions are Manchester City ahead of Liverpool. The FA Cup goes to Liverpool over Arsenal. And here we still don't improve, losing to Wickham in round 3. The Carabao goes to Villa over Liverpool. Even here we are still bad. Round 3 exit to Cardiff. Aston Villa have been in the Champions League final, losing to PSG. We will of course be in that competition next season. The Europa League goes to AC Milan over Wolfsburg. And the Conference League to Napoli over Fulham, of all teams. Our squad is looking very good. We've got 2 90 rated players in Ballon and Jenkins. Pugh is 86 rated, Phoenix 87, Gvild in goal 89 overall. We've got a 79 rated Breeze who has got the potential to be special though. Flynn is 81 rated, Price 87 and Palmer 86. A phenomenal team. I'm really excited to see what this team can cook up in the Champions League in Season 8. 3rd in the Premier League, still pads in the Cups, but maybe that might change next year. Even our final Youth Academy player, Kai Dacey, 88 to 94 potential, is now 16, promoting him to the senior team. I have indeed brought in Charlie Crew for 12.5 million from the French club Stade Rennes, a CDM giving us a little bit of backup in that position. Besides signing Charlie Crew, we've also sold Kai Garish, the right back, only 70 rated for 2.2 million, and again loaned out a whole array of players. Leaving us a bit short though on backup options, certainly for the fullbacks. Price and Palmer are the only possessions we've got in that position. Crew slots in nicely in that CDM spot on the bench. Pumphrey is up to a 76. Reese is 70 rated. We've still got one striker out on loan as well as a centre back and a left back, but maybe a new right back wouldn't be bad. Signing one if we find one. I think we've sold this guy a few seasons ago. Now he's 76 rated, a right back option. Welshman, of course. We sold him at about a 65 overall. Now he's Sam Parker, 6.8 million coming in from Lugano, where we just sold Garish to. With the additions of both Parker and Crew, our bench is now looking much more competitive for the Champions League. Still not very good, but it's getting there, let's say it like this. We are still not the favorites this season with an 80 and 81 rated centre-back partnership, 80 and 84 rated CDMs, but our front four, let's say, is very good. Even the fullbacks are on top of their game, as well as goalkeeper Gwilt. Let's not forget that this season we are in the Champions League for the very first time. The objective given to us by the board is reaching the semi-final, which is not going to be easy by any stretch. Of the 24 games in the Premier League, we are sort of in a top 4/title race. 4 points behind Liverpool. We are in third, Liverpool in first, Aston Villa in second, and Arsenal in fourth. All three of us, Villa, Arsenal and ourselves, on 43 points. And in the Champions League, we have just about made it into the top 8, and Salzburg of all teams have topped that group stage. The landscape of the Champions League is looking a little bit different a few years down the line, with Feyenoord and Lyon also in the top 8. Well, in the round of 16, we are traveling to Spain, to the Estadio Mestalla, to face Valencia. Let's see how this goes in the first leg. It's a 2-1 win. Bainan, a brace, in fact, for Bainan, has secured the win for Swansea City. It is second leg time. Can we confirm our spot in the quarterfinals? Yes, 3-1 win. Jenkins, Price and Phoenix, all goals came in the second half. Stasin actually gave Valencia the lead, but we take them apart 5-2 on aggregate. It is quarter-final time and we are facing Borussia Dortmund. First at the Swansea Stadium, and it's a 2-1 loss. Burkhardt and Boniface with the goals for Dortmund after Bainon gave us the lead in the 7th minute. Could we be able to turn things around at the BVB Stadium, away from home in Germany? Yes, we do. 3-1 win. A 3-1 win away from home. Burkhardt with the 87th minute goal. But Priest, Jenkins and Bainan all score for us, and we turn things around dramatically. Now in the semi-finals, we face Atletico Madrid, first away at the Metropolitano. Will we be able to lay the foundations here? In Madrid, it's a 3-3 draw. A wacky game. Jenkins, Palmer and Parker with our goals, while Xerxes, Kowalczyk and Doku scored. 6 different goal scorers. Will it be heartbreak or joy at Swansea Stadium? It will be heartbreak. 3-1 loss to Atletico Madrid. In the second leg, Riquelme with a brace, Xerxes with the other goal. We are cooked. 6-4 on aggregate we lose. We came so close, yet still so far. We've even been offered the Manchester City manager position, which of course we are not going to take, but it's still good to see that we are of interest on the market. At the end of the day, once again we confirm a top 4 spot in 3rd position. Once again also Champions League football next season in season 9. 7 losses in the end have been too many. 17 draws for Liverpool is absolutely crazy. Still they are the champions. Only 2 losses for them. But yes, Arsenal and Aston Villa complete the top 4. We are very steady in that top 4. I absolutely like that. A bit of a weird FA Cup final goes to Crystal Palace over Watford. We are still absolutely pads in that competition, getting knocked out by Brentford in round 3. Carabao goes to Chelsea over Liverpool. Even here we get knocked out in round 3 by Watford. In the end, an all-Spanish Champions League final goes to Barcelona over Atletico Madrid. The Europa League goes to another Spaniard in Real Madrid. What are they doing in the Europa League? Over Leipzig, though they win it. And the Conference League goes to Lens over Lask from Austria. 31 goals for Lloyd Bainan have been the best output. 24 for Jenkins with 93 overall. 90 rated Alan Pugh. 90 rated Phoenix. I think we are ready for the Champions League next season. Anyways, our squad is absolutely insane. We don't need to make a lot of changes. Reach the semi-finals of the UCL. 3rd once again in the Premier League. Next season, we'll go for the big prizes in season 9. We've sold both OGs, Ben Lloyd and Nathan Broom, as the last ones to leave this club. As the OG players, also Nathan Broom, the last non-Welsh player to leave this club. Not a lot of money we've got for both of these, but that is the final clear out of the club. Even Ryan Griffiths has been sold for 2.3 million to West Bromwich Albion because he really doesn't bring anything to the squad. And so this is how we are looking like. Youths returns from loan. He's 78 rated, a good centre-back backup. Driscoll is a phenomenal goalkeeping backup, only 4 ratings lower rated than our captain goalkeeper, Wild, and even a year younger. Cruz still CDM backup along with Powell. Price has returned. He's 82 rated, a very good replacement as well. We've got both Rees and Griffith now backups. Griffith 79 rated. Pumphrey, the left midfielder, 78 rated. Our bench is now looking very, very competitive. Even Kai Dacey has returned from loan. He's a 17-year-old, 73 rated left back. Potential to be special. He won't probably reach that, the starting spot ahead of Price, but a very good possession of season 8, and we are in first place by 9 points ahead of Aston Villa, 10 ahead of Manchester City, and 16 ahead of Liverpool in 4th. What a season we are having. Even in the Champions League, we are finished in the top 8 in 5th position on 18 points, 2 behind Roma in 1st. In the round of 16 of the Champions League, we are facing Club Brugge, first away from home, in Belgium, and it's only a 2-all draw. Pugh saves us in the 87th, Jenkins scores in the 51st. It's all square going back to Swansea. It would be a bit tragic if we were to get knocked out by a Belgian side, but we don't. We absolutely demolished them in the second leg, 4-0, praised by both Ballon and Griffith from the bench, 6-2 on aggregate. We move. Quarterfinals, and we are facing Napoli, first at home at the Swansea Stadium. It's a 1-0 win, Parma with the only goal of the game. Second leg at the Olympic Stadium in Napoli. It's a 2-all draw, which is enough to go through to yet another semi-final. Phoenix and Price with the goals. We are facing OGC Nice, a bit of a surprising team here in the 9th season of career mode. Facing us at the Swansea Stadium, we win 3-2. Jenkins with a brace, Pugh with a goal. They scored 2 goals late on, which gives a little bit of suspense to the tie, but still we are the favourites. Second leg in France. Can we confirm our spot in the final? Yes, 2-0 win, Jenkins and Parma, 5-2 aggregate winners. We are in the Champions League final, unlike last season. And we are once again facing a bit of an underdog in AS Roma in the final. I haven't faced them, I think, in any final in FC25. We have indeed won the Premier League by a big margin, 13 points ahead of Aston Villa in second, 15 ahead of Arsenal. And we even become friends with the FA Cup, defeating Arsenal in the final, our very first FA Cup trophy. For the very first time we make a deep run as well. Carabao Cup we are still not friends with though. Burnley win that over Chelsea, whilst we've been knocked out by Burnley in the quarters. Now look at the other European competitions. Man City defeat Fenerbahce in the Europa League, whilst in the Conference League it is another English team in Chelsea defeating Twente. Our stats are looking amazing this season. Jenkins with 46 goals, 95 rated, and 95 rated Ballon with 22 and 20, 15 and 16 for Alan Pugh, and even 12 goals for Phoenix with 10 goals for left-back Price. However, now it is time for this super squad to make it a possible treble this season. Facing Roma at the Estadio Metropolitano in Madrid with this mostly youth academy team, mostly or fully Welsh team, I shall say. Here come Roma for the first time. Zalewski into Konate, good ball into Pagano, just puts it wide. Good ball into Pugh. Here is Alan Pugh going down that left side with a lot of speed into the penalty box, looking for the pass, scoring. 1-0 Jenkins, our striker, strikes first, making it 1-0 to Swansea City against Roma. Here come Roma through wonderkid Hassan Diao, but we intercept this very nicely. Now Payne into Jenkins, who can go away once again to make it 2-0, but he puts it wide, just wide. Good ball in direction of Jenkins. Jenkins, can he make it 2-0? Yes! What a striker we've got. He pushes off the defender, no chance for him. Close control to the ball and puts it into the back of the net. Here go Roma through Pagano, who dribbles past everyone. Pagano Second attempt and the keeper saves. Corner kick Roma. Zalewski with the delivery. Gets deflected and a big chance for Bove. Start of the second half. We're already in behind with Puff. Looking for Jenkins. Couldn't find him. Lot of scrambling there. Still ball in play, but now it's out. This is Gavin Price. Now Ballon, great ball into Jenkins. Another chance, but saved by Baran. Long ball by the keeper in direction of Jenkins. The defender sleeping quite a bit, and Jenkins nearly puts in a third. Here's Zalewski again going up against Breeze. Good ball in behind, and oh my god, the crossbar saves us on this occasion. Pugh with a bad foul here on Zalewski. We just are ill-disciplined sometimes. I am ill-disciplined on this game when I want to get back the ball, and a lot of red cards have been issued to me, and here is another one. Alan Pugh with an awful challenge. They are making a couple of substitutions, bringing in Griffith, the striker. Price for that cam spot, even though he is going down in overall. Let's see. Yeah, we keep him over there. The other price goes out for youngster Dacey. And who else can we bring in? Youths for Flynn, I'd say. Roma trying their level best to get forward here through Wonderkid Hassan Diao. Diaune plays the ball in behind. A great block. Corner kick Zalewski. Swinging one into the box. We get it out though. And now we could go on a counter. This is Price. If he can get that pass right. Yes, Phoenix. Does he have the legs left? Can he rise like a Phoenix? Phoenix puts it wide. I can't believe it. That is a shit Phoenix. Still, even though we missed that chance, it won't affect our trophy hunt here. Hassan Diao goes down the line one more time into the penalty box, trying to get one back, but we defend once more impeccably well. Going forward with Bailey, we are a perfect team in each and every position. It's been a long time since I built such a complete squad in every single department. Goalkeepers, two wonderful ones, fantastic centre backs, world-class full-backs, CDMs that are on the money. We have wonderful wingers, a great cam, world-class 95 rated, as well as an R9 type striker up top. A Welsh we built, absolutely perfectly executed. I'm gonna give myself a pat on the back. That was top notch. But lads, if you enjoyed this one as much as I did, then by all means please consider dropping a like on the video, subscribing to the channel, as well as letting me know in the comments what else you'd like to see in the future. I'm open to a lot of new things. You can tell me, feel free to do so. But now, I'm gonna leave the stage for Gwilt for the Champions League trophy, as Swansea City, with a Welsh side only, have won the UCL, have won the Premier League, as well as the FA Cup. The treble is completed. Until next time, I'm going to say goodbye, have a wonderful rest of your day. It's been Rebuild Sombrero. I'm out.